Here's 5 things that you should know about Dota 2, but maybe you didn't know them all. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you will either leave with some new knowledge that you can apply to your games, or you're going to be so good that you know everything, and of course, from then, you will comment in the comment section something that you think maybe I didn't know, or other people might not know, and then who knows, maybe you'll get screenshotted and put in a future video so I can give you credit there too. Anyway, with that being said, let's get started. Tip number 1, as you can see, we have a tower here, and we have my hero. Now, let's say you wanted to tower dive someone and kill them under the tower, which is why you would tower dive them, but you're thinking, I'm probably not going to get out of this tower now, this tower's going to kill me, or it's just going to deal a ton of damage to me. What can I possibly do? Well, did you know that if you actually use an iron branch between you and the tower will lose vision, even if you're in full range of it, and you can just walk out of the actual tower range, and you are absolutely fine. Obviously, you'll have to like keep inside the range of this. If you go past the tree, then it is going to see you. But if you just walk in a straight line from the tree, then you'll be absolutely fine. This also means that you can plant a tree and just TP away as well, and you'll be okay. Like, you'll be fine. The tree is going to block the vision. The tower is no longer going to be able to see you, and because it can't see you, it will no longer be able to hit you. So if you are diving someone and they are getting pretty low, chuck down a tree, walk away, and you'll be absolutely fine, or just teleport straight out. Make sure you don't sway too far from that vision to make sure that the tower can't actually see you. Next up, did you know that if you have a Glepnir, you can actually use this to reveal invisible units? Now, of course, if you use it on somebody, then they go invis, you're going to be able to see them. We already know that. That's exactly like it's always been like that, right? But did you know that it will actually reveal them if they're already invis and you don't even know where they are? Like, if you just have a feeling that there may be like a Ricky next to you, or I don't know, an invis bristleback for some crazy reason, you can cast this on the ground, and it has a pretty decent AoE, as you can see here. The AoE for it is 375. Now, if we cast this, even though we can't see the unit, it is going to reveal that bristleback for us. Now, this only lasts 2 seconds, which isn't huge, but it's long enough for you to just quickly cast it and see if there's someone nearby, if you think there is. And then once there is, you can either use your dust or put down a sentry to reveal them, or if you just have enough damage in that time, you can get them killed off. However, of course, this does cost 200 mana to use, so you'll have to consider whether this is worth it or not. But if you do bump into someone, for example, as you can see, my character is looping around the bristleback here, invis units that aren't using a Shadow Blade don't get free pathing, so you can actually bump into them. This is the same for a Ricky Maru as well. If there's a Ricky nearby and you get blocked by it like this, and you see your character like doing this weird directional thing, and you're like, wait, what the frick? You know there's someone there, so use this on the ground, you can find them, and then you can kill them off, and you can make sure that they die, and frick those guys, man. There you go. So, you can reveal people with the Glepnir, and also, yeah, you don't get free pathing when you go invis unless it's a Shadow Blade, so keep that in mind. Okay, so this next one comes up quite a lot in my games. I think because the thing that it's relevant to is new to the game, so we're going to be talking about wisdom runes. Now, many people will argue and fight and be angry that you are picking up a wisdom rune if you are a core, because hey, I am so far behind as a support, that should have been my wisdom rune. Well, if this does happen, if somebody mentions this and they are the lowest level person in your team, tell them that they can chill out, they can relax, it's all okay, because the lowest XP person in your team will always get benefits from the wisdom rune. So the way this works is, if a core or a higher level person picks up a wisdom rune, they will receive the actual benefits of that experience, but also the lowest person in your team, which tends to be your position 5, right, unless they had a crazy good game, will also get bonus experience as well, no matter where they are. They don't have to be nearby or anything like that. Anywhere on the map, if you pick up a rune, they will also get that XP. But what if they pick up that rune? What's going to happen then? Well, if the person with the lowest XP picks up the rune, it will give it to the next lowest XP person as well. It's not going to double it for the first person. They will give it to maybe your pos 4 if they're the next lowest XP, or whatever, whoever is going to get that other bonus. So sometimes it actually does benefit to let your core pick up the wisdom rune, for example, your mid laner or your position 1, because they're going to get ahead, which is what you want, but also your lowest level is also going to benefit from that XP too. Obviously, a lot of people are going to know this, but I also know that a lot of people don't know this, because quite often in games, I have to say to people, yo, it's okay, don't panic, I know I took the rune, but you're still going to get the XP. Or you'll see a pos 5 running towards it, and I'm like, no, wait, let me pick it up, and then they're like, wait, what? Why would you pick it up? Because you'll also get the XP. So keep that in mind. It is definitely worthwhile to take advantage of this, get one of your cores ahead, but also keep your position 5 caught up as well. So before we continue on, I'm just going to quickly say this graph has moved a lot. We've gone from like 99% all the way down to 87% of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't already subbed and you enjoy this sort of content, I thought I'm making quite a lot more. So do stick around, hit the sub button, and once we hit 5k subs, I'm probably going to start streaming more regular and making content there as well. The sub means a ton, I appreciate it, and other than that, let's get back to the video. So a lot of you guys probably know that you can hook runes for free, because when you hook the rune, if it lands, it refunds it to you. But did you know that you can use the soul ring and then hook the rune, and then it will basically refund the mana you cast from the soul ring? So when the soul ring runs out, you're going to notice that my mana actually stays at the same sort of percentage that it already did, refunding me the actual used mana in the first place. So this kind of acts like a little bit of a mana boost, but just for yourself. This is pretty cool, and I didn't even think about this. If you can hook a rune, you can soul ring, hook the rune, and even though soul ring mana is temporary and is removed afterwards, you actually get to keep the amount that you spent on the hook. Moving on, we're going to talk about Razor and Juggernaut and an interesting way that they kind of interact with each other. And that is, if you have Static Link leveled up and you are going on a Juggernaut, obviously this is kind of just an early game thing. You don't want to walk up to a really farmed Juggernaut, you're just going to die. But if you can get Static Link on him first, because your attack range, your cast range is bigger than his ultimate cast range, if he ults you, your Static Link will continue to drain his damage, meaning that his ultimate will deal a lot less damage than if you didn't get it on him, right? You're basically going to take almost no damage because you've taken it all from him. You're going to transfer 22 damage every single second, but his damage is pretty low in the early game. Obviously, he would have a few items, but not much more higher than that. And because you can outrange him, you can engage with a slow, use this, and then when he ults you, you actually don't take that much damage because, well, I mean, he's lost all his damage. You've taken it off him. You've drained it all from him. You were a mid laner, for example, or an off laner, so you're out leveling him very slightly, and so you can take advantage of this, meaning you can chase down that Jug and not give a crap if he's going to ult you, because then you can just kill him as soon as his ult ends, and who cares if he spins, right? Like, he's still dead. So engage with the Q to make sure he's slow, cast this on him, and then kite him away. Obviously, he's going to chase you. You're going to kite him away. You're like, no, don't ult me. And then when he finally does, it doesn't even matter. Look, 0 damage. You kite him for a couple of seconds, and he's going to do absolutely nothing to you, or very little. And there you go, 5 things that you should have known about Dota 2, but maybe you didn't already know all of them. Did you learn anything in this video? If you did, then let me know in the comments. Also, remember to press the subscribe button, it helps out a ton. I'll be streaming probably from 5k subs onwards. We'll see how it does with like people watching and whatnot, and then go from there. If you do enjoy it, then we'll keep making it. I'll edit up the highlights into videos and whatnot. And of course, this is the Dota Casuals channel, so it'll just be like a casual stream. Like, I'm not a pro at the game in the slightest. I just seem to have played a long time, and so I have all this random facts in my head that I can make videos like this from. But it should be fun all the same. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy. If you can think of any more, drop them in the comments, and maybe I'll use it in the future video. And other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.